sufficient turnout and if the majority say no. So I think a little bit of vision can't do any harm.
Mr. EICKHOUT.
Dank u wel, voorzitter.
Thank you, President, and welcome to Prime Minister Rutte. We are looking forward, we hope, to a successful Dutch presidency. I'd like to start with a quote. We are going to focus on strengthening economic growth, creating jobs in Europe and doing away with the problems of regions who are lagging behind. Well, that could have been used by your presidency, but it was actually Mr. Balkenende in 2004. With every presidency, the presidency says we are going to focus on growth and that will restore confidence in Europe. But I think we need to perhaps think for once that the increasing Euro skepticism and the rejection of Europe is caused by something else, which is a lack of credibility. We hear wonderful stories in Brussels and Strasbourg about why at home in Paris, in The Hague or Berlin, very different things are being said which distance you from what is being done in Brussels and Strasbourg. But I think that we really need to tackle the credibility problem. The EU has a credibility problem in Greece. The economy is being destroyed by austerity, but at the same time we have the Juncker plan proclaimed in Brussels. In Poland we have a credibility problem as well by talking about a union of values, but continuing with Nord Stream, which in Netherlands as well. In France as well, starting to launch this idea of a mini-Schengen which wouldn't include France. In Portugal, a problem with credibility as well by talking about companies having to close in Portugal but trying to attract their big companies to the Netherlands so that they pay taxes there, although they don't have any business activities there. And a problem with credibility in neighbouring countries as well by talking about cooperation but cutting development budgets and not paying any money into the World Food Programme. And in the Netherlands as well by constantly talking about transfer of sovereignty. We don't want that when it comes to the EU, but we're prepared to hand away bags of sovereignty when it comes to TTIP. It's time for the Netherlands to show leadership, which means more relocation, more money being paid, stop with Nord Stream 2, and actually tackling our own surplus, not just look at deficits in the south, but tackle our surpluses in the north, and to have a real campaign on Ukraine, not just because it is a trade agreement with the Ukraine, but it's important for Ukraine as well that they don't become an object of this political game playing between different sides. I think that should be the real priorities of the Dutch presidency.
Mr. EICKHOUT, there is a blue card for you. Do you want to answer? Please.
Voorzitter, dank u wel. Voorzitter, ik heb
President, I have a question for my colleague Bas Eickhout about Europe. But what